Hello out there. Welcome. This is episode 276 of Convincing Idiots. In our final segment, we're going to be going over our personal picks of our top icons in pop culture, TV, and film over the last quarter century. We will each be giving our 3 submissions. We will collectively pick our top 5 for our Convincing Idiots official Mount Rushmore of iconic characters of the last 25 years. So, make sure you stick around with us, hang out, be dumb, we'll be dumb, you'll be dumb, let's be dumb together. Episode 276 of Convincing Idiots. Without further ado, let's start the show.
You guys enjoy your whatever that is.
All right. Test.
4, 3.
Hello and welcome back to Convincing Idiots. This is episode 276. I'm Millennial Nick alongside Gen X Brian and the Zennial Dean. And gentlemen, this evening we are going to be discussing who we think are 3 of the
Looks like you have a
top,
halo.
you do, the top characters in TV and film in the last quarter century, we'll say since the year 2000. So yes, the idea is that we're as our new format goes, right? We're each going to bring 3 submissions, so 9 total, 3 submissions who
Right,
we feel belong on our Convincing Idiots top 5 or our collective show, Mount Rushmore. So year 2000 on, last 25 or so years, who are 3 in your opinion, of the most iconic, monumental, original characters from TV and film? So,
Now,
you got something more to say, or
no. I was going to start by saying that the way I looked at this, I listened to the rules,
sure,
and then 2, the way I see this is, what characters make iconic. If you see somebody as a Halloween costume around towns, like small towns, whatever, if people are dressing up for them as Halloween, I think that is, that puts them over to that iconic space, right?
what about
Does that make
what about in
sense?
big towns? What if they do it in big towns? Does that count?
No, those big towns, they just do sex parties and they just do dirty things to each other's genitals. That doesn't count.
I don't go to
It's
big
the
town
small
real bad.
towns. You want to come to a big town party?
I don't go to big town parties so bad.
I got my genitals you can look at. Whatever you can't touch. You can't touch them. You got to pay extra for that. Okay,
Brian, the longer you take to research, the more he's going to talk about his genitals. So please, Google quickly.
Who wants to hear about my wiener? All right,
yeah,
actually,
go ahead. You go ahead.
I will go first. No, Brian, you honestly can stick with your list. It's no big deal.
Yeah, you'll just be disqualified from all of them. You can do it.
Okay, I'm going to start with my number 1. You see, this guy, people dress as him as Halloween all the time. What he did for comedy, the character itself, and the drunken quotable nights anybody and their friends can have with Ron Burgundy.
Yep.
From Anchorman. Will Ferrell, iconic in his own right, but Ron Burgundy with the mustache and the suit, just the whole getup, and
his name is Ron Burgundy. His last name is Burgundy.
Right, like the absurdity in it.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have worked, but it's so goddamn funny, and people, it's one of those movies that all of us, will be quoting till the day we die. And that character is the number 1 part of it. So my number 1 for the icon list is Ron Burgundy from Anchorman.
Solid choice. My first.
Are we going around? Or are you going to give your 3? Or are you going to go around?
You go around, or you do all 3?
I don't know. This is kind of new. You guys tell me. I
Well, we
Last
did
can't
all.
week
read.
we just rattled them off, and then we kind of discussed, right? So,
That's it. Mm-hmm.
but you already explained Ron Burgundy, so give us your other two.
Okay.
Are you ready,
Okay.
or do you want to use more time, Brian, to look stuff
No,
up?
no. Here,
Well,
here.
give
I'll
him
go.
his other. Go ahead. Give me the other two.
All right.
Then we're going to
My
take the 9 and whittle it down to 5 in discussion. Go ahead, please.
My number 2. Again, Halloween costumes galore. Hell, the actor dressed up as himself during, for one of the Comic Cons. It is Walter White from Breaking Bad.
Hmm.
Bryan Cranston was known for, kind of being a character actor. Hell, he was Tim Watley, the dentist, on Seinfeld for an episode or so. But then when he gets into Walter White, he became, iconic through Americana, right? I mean, he is. Everybody knows. Even if you didn't watch Breaking Bad, you see the bald head and the fedora or the pork pie hat and the goatee. You know Walter White. So
Mm-hmm.
Walter White is my number 2. My number 3. I don't know. This is the lesser of my list, but there's no way I'm going to go more than 2 weeks without having John Hamm on my list. So Don Draper from Mad Men, who didn't watch that and think of just how fucking cool that guy is? That's where America fell in love with him. Don Draper is 1950s style and culture and just coolness. So again, probably not going to end up on the ultimate list. I understand that, but I needed to have John Hamm in my life again this week. So Don Draper is my
I
number
respect the move. You having a heart
3.
attack?
Thank you. No, just shoulder. Who's
All right.
next? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm
Go ahead,
going
Nick.
to give you my 3. Starting off, and I would say recency bias, but it's really not, because this show has been like the better part of like a decade or more of pop culture that's given us. 11, the character of 11 from Stranger Things,
There you go.
and she's iconic as in like every season of her is even like different iterations of her, so people will dress up as different versions of Elle. But one thing remains, is that you see one drop of blood down someone's nose, even if they're wearing nothing, they're not dressed up like 11 at all. You know that it's a
Yeah.
Stranger Things reference if there is
Yep.
one streak of blood from the nose. So 11 is kind of I would say in that pantheon. The next one, I'm going to go with an animated character. And this is the center point of a very popular film franchise. And since the year 2000, Shrek. Shrek is
Okay.
arguably, maybe is certainly one of the most popular, if not the most popular animated film franchise, certainly since the year 2000. So I felt that Shrek deserved to be in there as well, and Shrek was certainly at the forefront of those movies that were aimed at kids, but were certainly enjoyable for adults to watch. Plenty of adult humor in there. Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, it's fantastic. So I put Shrek in there. Those movies are great. And lastly, for my third submission, because we are all such big Star Wars fans, uh, regardless of how we may feel about the content of the shows or things that they have appeared in, the character of Grogu, or Baby Yoda, as he was first presented to the pop culture masses, is in many ways the embodiment of new Star Wars. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like it's on everything. He's all over everywhere. He's probably quickly one of the most recognizable characters
Merchandising.
in the Star Wars universe. And he's just essentially Yoda's a baby, but he's adorable, and everybody loves him, and they eat it up. And so, yeah, I have Grogu as well. So,
It's a damn
Brian,
fine
what'd you
list,
come up
Nicholas.
with over the
Damn fine
last
list.
10 minutes?
Well, what I had was a newer character already, to be so older than 20 years. So the one that I had that I originally had, John Wick,
Okay.
Yeah.
played by
Yep.
Keanu
Now
Reeves.
this is your list.
This is I revised 2 of them here
Okay.
since we were
Okay.
talking here. So, and actually, right before you said it, Dean, I also put down Ron Burgundy on my list
There you go. Nice.
from Anchorman. And I'm going to put on here The Bride, Uma Thurman from Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, all three of those. I mean, I guess John Wick's a little more difficult because it's just pretty much a black suit and greasy hair. But again, the other two, definitely Halloween dress. You know, dressing. You know, characters people dress up as. Yours too, Nick. I mean, I don't know how many people dress up as Grogu, but
yeah.
Gen X Brian here from the Convincing Idiots podcast. If you're enjoying our show, tell a friend. And if you're not, well, tell two enemies.
Well, it remains a prop or whatever, but yeah.
Sure.
I just want to go out on a limb and say right now, and I'm willing to fight anybody on this, but we don't have to because even if Brian was against it, it would be 2 against 1. Walter White, I think, is the number 1. Like Walter White deserves to be there now. Walter White is kind of, I think, the most
in the 21st century, yes.
Yeah, to me, it's just not only like it's not even just the look of him because it kind of goes through different phases, but like the magnetism of the magnitude of the character, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, of what that show did for as many, and as like we've talked about in past episodes, like how good that show was throughout. Like, it wasn't even just like, oh, like, another show that I put up against it is like Game of Thrones had a brilliant run where it was really good, but there's no one character that stands out and really leads the whole show the way that Walter White Heisenberg does of Breaking Bad. I think Walter White deserves to be on our collective Mount Rushmore, hands down.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to get down to 5, our collective 5.
Yep. So Walter White's Walter White's first on our list.
White is 1. Yep.
And I mean,
I'll give you Walter White. Go ahead, Dean. Yeah.
Well, I was just going to say, given on that same numbers thing, Ron Burgundy, both Brian and myself have it, so I think Ron Burgundy automatically gets on that list. Yeah.
And just as we can move on from Ron Burgundy, but I was going to say, like, Will Ferrell just had a run in that time frame where you could easily put Ricky Bobby on there, you could put Buddy the Elf on there, you know what I mean? Like,
right, absolutely.
The Step Brothers, I mean, is an icon. Like, he just really was knocking it out of the park there for a few years. But I think Ron Burgundy, of those characters, I would consider him the top notch.
I think for Will Ferrell too, it's a character that he continues to play on different like award shows and different things, sports awards, and he even had a podcast for a couple seasons playing Ron Burgundy, which at least the first season was pretty entertaining. The second sort of fell off for me a little bit. I don't know if it's still on the air or not, but just interesting. I just love the whole '70s guy in a modern take, so modern time. Excuse me. So.
Yeah,
and 2 movies, of course. 2 movies he was in with the same character. So
right,
yeah. Okay,
all right, boys. Nick, is there anybody on your list you'd like to make an argument for?
I think of my
or argue all 3. Go ahead.
Of my list, I think 11 is the most. Well, I can't even say that. It's either okay. I'll give you this. Of my list. I would fight the hardest for between Shrek and 11. You guys go on that. Like, which one do you think is the most?
Okay,
certainly in the realm of television series and like long running shows. And
if you're looking at, I mean, we don't have it. Okay, let me say this: Stranger Things has been on the air. Whatever for 10 years. It just finished up its 5th season, and I think a lot of those kids, like Brian and I were talking about the other night at trivia, they're going to do a Stranger Things trivia. We're like, oh, that'd be fun, but we couldn't answer trivia. I couldn't answer all the 5 characters of the kids' names, right? Recency bias, I think, hurts.
Don't you know?
I don't. Well, I don't know the kids like the characters' names.
But you know the characters' names after a decade of your life.
I just started watching it like a year ago. I binged through the whole thing. But recency bias, I think, in my opinion, is going to hurt it because we don't know how it's going to stay with pop culture.
It's got the staying power. Yeah.
Shrek came along in what, the early 2000s?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like 2001. Yeah.
And everybody, you show a picture, they go, Shrek, that's Shrek. You know what I mean? It has the staying power, and proven staying power, obviously, because they keep making movie after special after Halloween
New
special.
one this year.
Yeah. So to me, if we're going on those two, I would give it to Shrek between those two.
I gotcha. And even if you're not dressed as Shrek, even if you just have the two little ogre things on your,
exactly.
it's like, it's Shrek. It's just, that's iconic.
Yep. That's all you need.
Simple as that.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll give you Shrek for sure. I mean, definitely, one of the, and again, our the characters here had to be created for a film or TV show. That was part of our rule here as well. So, definitely one of the most popular, arguably, well, in the last 20 years, certainly one of the most popular animated, characters,
franchises.
period, that they've created. So Michael Myers
the
has really made that
Michael Myers' voice in
the voice, the whole universe really around it. Eddie Murphy is the dog. Everything's just a lot of fun. And those movies have a certainly a soft spot in my heart, taking Peyton when she was little to start watching Shrek movies, even through the years with her growing up there. But it's entertaining. And those also they did a very good job of giving you some adult humor as well to keep the adults entertained, which is also appreciated. Right. So, and I'm looking forward to the new one this year. I'm still excited to see it. You know what I mean?
That's one of those ones I'm like, I've never seen one of them that I'm like, that one sucked. Like, it's like the Toy Story movies. It's like at a certain point it's like, okay, are you still making them? Yeah. But I still watch them, and they're always good. Like, there's really, no reason not to.
I've only seen one Shrek movie, and it was, I believe, the first one, and it was only the first time a couple of years ago.
Really?
Nora had me sit down and watch it, and it was all right. It was entertaining.
Yeah,
it was entertaining. There's no reason I wouldn't see any more. It just I haven't, it hasn't come up.
Yeah, that's a solid choice. I don't need much more argument than that. So I would say, we'll put that on our list as well.
All right. We have 2 spots left, gentlemen. Brian, you have John Wick. Ron Brady's already on there. Do you want to do an argument for John Wick or The Bride?
I mean, they're both good contenders. I would say just from a longer, a broader work, I would say John Wick. Now, John Wick, you got to keep a couple things in mind. 4 movies. Right. It's developed. There was a comic book series after the movie based on John Wick, 2 video games, which I've not played, but they do exist. There's also been spin-offs of that universe. So the fact that John Wick, the character, has created a universe that's at least interesting enough where they've attempted spin-offs. They had a TV series called The Continental, which is around the hotel. The premise of that in itself is very cool. Now, if you didn't see the movies, it's a hotel that assassins can go into, and it's a safe space for them. The rule is you are not allowed to kill while you're staying at the hotel. If you do kill, then you could be killed yourself in the hotel, right? Makes sense. It's a safe spot. People can go, the assassins can go in and hang out and party and gamble and all that stuff. And then there was a recent spinoff this past year, the Ballerina, right, which is one of the assassins in the John Wick universe that made an appearance in one of the John Wick movies. And just a very cool character. And you're right, Dean, if you're talking about the whole Halloween costume rule, I mean, you could dress up like him and kind of beat yourself, look like you're beat up a little bit with it. Some people would get it. It's not like it's oblivious, so people would maybe guess it, whatever. But I have very
a counter argument to that, though.
Go ahead.
Not a counter argument per se, but I have a different supporting argument. All these other characters that we've talked about have that, besides Don Draper, have that Halloween, able to dress up as them. What John Wick has is now ingrained in pop culture. If somebody kills somebody's dog, it'd be like John Wick. Like, you say John Wick, it means revenge.
Right.
Like, people
Yes.
now, it is iconic for the term revenge. It is iconic for the term badass. Like, oh yeah, like John Wick. Like, it is now like John Wick is like whatever is this or that or badass or whatever.
Sure. He's
So I
almost
think
like an adjective to that.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I think in that alone, because I don't know if we all realize this, but I've never seen a John Wick movie.
Oh,
Well, I was
dude,
going to say,
just come on, man.
My little 2 cents on this was going to be, I'm coming to you from someone who's never seen a second of either any Kill Bills or John Wick, anything. So,
Sure.
but
Mhm.
I would say that the character of the bride, which I just learned she's called Uma Thurman's character in Kill Bill, is immediately more recognizable. Like that yellow like
Sure.
jumpsuit thing,
That's
like that.
costume worthy.
Like
It's a Bruce Lee. It's a Bruce Lee
it
outfit.
is,
Kind of what
Yep.
she's
yeah,
wearing
like
there.
with
Yeah.
the sword and the like that is immediately, even though I've never seen any of that, like you see just something that looks like that and your brain goes to the Kill Bill. Like that's just kind of, so that's a tough one. That's a real tough one.
Well, and that character now too, that universe. I don't play the game Fortnite, but now Kill Bill. I mean, the bride is now, I guess, going to be a character in the Fortnite universe. That was a whole thing
Okay.
when they had the re-release of the Kill Bill,
But
1 and
John Wick
2.
already was, wasn't
I
he?
say John Wick. Well,
I,
everything is.
I,
Everybody is.
yeah.
Oliver
I
just
don't know
bought
that for sure,
Terminator,
Dean, but
like
yeah,
Arnold Schwarzenegger on it, like a couple weeks ago. There's Power Rangers and Ghostface and Alien and Predator. I mean, the thing with Fortnite is they're only on there for so long, so you got to
Right.
get it. Some of them will come
Mm.
back and get Simpsons characters, but they're on there for like a week and a half and then they're gone. But
Right.
yeah, I believe I've seen both John Wick and The Bride on
Okay.
Fortnite.
All
Yeah.
right.
Well, so for me, between the two, I would fight harder for, I think, John Wick, just from the
Okay.
overall body of work, the multiple films, the multiple, the spin-off universe, and then the two
And
video, all that type of stuff. It's just and most people, I think, if you saw the picture of Keanu Reeves walking with the gun and the black suit, you probably would know that it's also John Wick. I would
yeah.
guess.
Absolutely.
And I would venture to say, honestly, in a genre of movies that have kind of waned off, like John Wick is probably the torchbearer for an action
Sure.
movie hero,
Mhm.
like and
Absolutely.
stands
Yeah.
above the rest. So he's
Yes.
certainly, where we don't have your Rambos and stuff like that. Like he is that character for this generation, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, the
yeah,
idea
I'd give you John Wick.
he's not muscle upon muscle. He is. If you don't have a John Wick, you don't have what's his name being who's the comedian? Better Call Saul.
Oh yeah.
That guy is an action star.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And a believable one. You know what I mean? You don't watch that movie and go, all right, bullshit. No, he makes it work. Just like John Wick being just slender, middle-aged hitman. It
Mhm.
works. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess ultimately we owe all of that to Bruce Willis in general, but you get what I'm saying.
Sure.
All right, so voting boys, John Wick, yay or nay?
John Wick.
We just need two.
All right.
Yep.
I'm going yay.
Yep.
Okay.
Same.
All right, John Wick's on the list.
Is that 3 or is that
That's
4? 4.
We have
We got
one left.
Shrek. We got John Wick. We've got Walter White and something.
Ron
Walter
Burgundy,
White,
I think,
Ron Burgundy, Shrek,
Ron
and John Wick.
Hmm.
Okay. I at least have to give me my moment. Let me at least make the argument for Don Draper real quick. It's John Hamm. All right, that's it, John boys.
That's a strong argument.
I made my argument. I made my argument. All right.
It is a good
Seriously.
argument, and I love John Hamm.
Sure,
I don't know a ton about the character personally, though.
Yep.
What's
Okay,
so what's the other one? So go ahead, Dean. Sorry.
I was actually going to go with what you're about to ask. I'm because I write down what your guys' picks and all 9. So, all right. So we have left 11, Grogu, and the Bride.
Ooh.
Between mine that I have, so I've got Grogu and I've got 11. I would fight harder for 11 than Grogu for the simple fact that 11 is a completely original character. Yes, Grogu is not Yoda and is not, but Grogu is a copy of a cute baby-eyed version of an iconic Star Wars character. I would almost call him a rebrand in a sense. 11 is a completely original thing. She is not even, I mean, I guess if you really wanted to look hard enough, maybe you could find something in sci-fi that she is like, but the whole storyline of Stranger Things is very original. It's very unique, and as the plot goes along, you're unraveling the mystery of who she is and what she is, and you know, throughout that character just continues to evolve. And like I said, I just think certainly with Walter White, in the earlier parts of the early to mid 2000s, he kind of, I think, held court in the realm of popular TV shows. I think Breaking Bad kind of held that. And I would argue that since that went off the air, there's been some other big series, but Stranger Things has kind of bridge that next
Captivated the country,
that next
the world,
generation. Yes, yeah, on that level to where, and like I said, there again, that you could say the same for Walter White in Breaking Bad, is that he's certainly not. There are plenty of main characters, but he is the one. And same with 11 and Stranger Things. Plenty of main characters, plenty of heroes, iconic characters throughout Stranger Things, but 11 is who this story ultimately revolves around and really carries the show from beginning to end.
You make a valid point. Let me go through, like, for example, The Bride. The Bride is kind of a niche, pop culture niche. It's a certain sect of people. Yeah, you're gonna. That's from the Quentin Tarantino movie, right? That sort of thing. But fans, the fans love him, fucking love her, right? Grogu, like you said, has some background in. Should even be on the list given the property and like you said with Yoda. That's a very valid point.
Yeah, many people just know him as Baby Yoda. They don't even know his fucking name.
Yeah, it'd be almost a stronger argument for the Mandalorian himself,
Correct, right?
Grogu,
if you're going to go that
which
route.
is also a rebrand kind of Boba Fett.
Right.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
And then you get to 11 where like you said, she's our modern day Jedi. She's done to pop culture. For example, I guess Egos after the first season, tripled, quadrupled, or whatever their sales. From forever. It's you make a valid argument, Nick. So I'm gonna have to put my vote for Don Draper. No, I would vote 11. If we're
I heard that the sales of cigarettes in offices across the country went up when Mad Men came out, though.
Yeah, and drinking in offices. Yeah,
huge resurgent and smacking.
On the ass.
Yeah, that's right.
I like it.
Huge resurgent.
No, 11 is a very solid choice. I like what you said that that Grogu really is a represent him and the Mandalorian, of course, are a very positive representation of new Star Wars. Very popular characters. Certainly, they have the movie coming out this year. Am I excited to see that? I kind of am. I'm not like super excited, I think, but I'm definitely interested to go see that. It'll be fun, I think. But you're right, from an original. There's not many that I can think of that are really good science fiction series that have that level of popularity as Stranger Things, certainly. And a lot of people have grown up. like those kids watching Stranger Things. I mean,
Yeah.
Peyton's another one. I mean, Peyton loved that show when she was younger teen, watching that, and she just loves it to this day. And if you
Yeah.
showed people on the street, who is this? If you showed Millie Bobby Brown as the with the bloody nose, doing her
Yep.
thing, you would know at the very least you would know what show it is.
Right.
Yep.
Probably 8 out of 10 people would know at least it's something from Stranger Things or something along that line, though. So yeah, I think between the two, from a popularity and again a lengthy body of work, I would say 11's a solid choice to put on the
Yep.
list for sure.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
All right,
Well, there
so
we go.
11's going on the list, it looks like.
That's 5.
All right. Do you want me to read the list for you, boys?
Give it to us.
Yeah.
Our Mount Rushmore of icons from TV or film characters. Number 1, Walter White. Number 2, Ron Burgundy. Number 3, Shrek. Number 4, John Wick. And number 5, 11.
Very good. All within the last
That's
20
a
years,
solid,
right?
all in the
Yeah,
last 20
that's
years. That's a
Brian,
solid
just out of
list.
curiosity, what was your original list?
Yes, I'd like to. I'm curious.
Yeah, the other two that I had, and we can make this a broader topic another time. Certainly, maybe we could do decades or whatever we want to do, but it's an overwhelming list all time, certainly. But then you could make an argument that I was thinking that as well, but I didn't. That's my fault. But I had Freddy Krueger on my list and
Okay.
Darth Vader on my list as far as all
Does Darth
time.
Vader count? Wasn't he in a book first?
No,
I
it
don't
was
think so.
created
Weren't
for
there
the
Star
movie.
Wars books?
No, they
but
wrote
after the fact,
the book. Yeah.
They were created for he was all the characters are created for the movies.
Okay.
So,
All right.
but again,
All right.
we can go back and revisit other time frames and genres
decades would
and
be
that
fun.
type of thing.
Yeah.
Decades would be
Sure.
good. I like the idea. But I think it's a solid list over the last 20 years.
Yeah,
I do too.
Sure.
I think we did good.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
of course, perhaps some of your
deserved it,
favorite,
but whatever.
pop culture icons over the past 25 years, certainly within the last 5, are on your screen or in your ear holes right now. In us,
That's right.
Convincing Idiots. That's right. So why not keep these icons rolling by going online and finding where to interact with us on your favorite social media accounts, where to subscribe to this podcast each and every week, and maybe where to find some sweet-ass Convincing Idiots merch for yourself or a loved one in your life. Well, I'm here to tell you, you can find links to all that by going to our link tree. And how might you get there? Go to Google, type in Convincing Idiots, link tree, that's LINKTREE, like a tree of links. There you will find those links. You will also find that information and so much more on our website, which is convincingidiots.wordpress.com. This has been episode 276 of Convincing Idiots. I am Millennial Nick.
Daniel Dean.
Gen X Brian.
Have we convinced you that we have what it takes to be icons for the next 25 years? At least of podcasting, maybe? Certain, who knows what 25 years will bring? TV, film, maybe, but podcasting?
We'll see.
Maybe?
We'll see what happens.
It's got to be like us and Joe Rogan, at least, right?
Of course.
Gen X Brian here. Daniel Dean. Millennial Nick. If you like our stuff, give us a like and subscribe, and we may just send you a Polaroid of Millennial Nick's feet.
Ham grape.
Oh, wee.